Long ago, beyond the edges of any known map, there was a realm called the Kingdom of Earthwyn, a place so peculiar that even the wind seemed unsure which direction to blow. The floating crown. Earthwyn was ruled by Queen Saraline, a monarch whose crown did not rest upon her head but floated a few inches above it. No one knew why. Some whispered it was a blessing from the stars, others believed it was a curse from the sea. The queen herself claimed she had simply grown too wise for gravity. The kingdom sat between the whispering mountains and a forest that moved when no one watched it. Houses leaned at thoughtful angles, cobblestone streets rearranged themselves overnight, and the town clock sometimes ticked backward when it felt nostalgic. Yet for all its oddities, Aerthwyn thrived. The daytime stumbled. One autumn morning, something stranger than usual occurred. The sun rose in the west. At first, the villagers applauded, thinking it a festival trick. But when the baker's bread refused to bake and shadows stretched in impossible directions, unease spread like spilled ink. Queen Saraline summoned the royal council, a forgetful wizard named Pelior, a knight who spoke only in questions, and a gardener who claimed to understand the language of stones. Pelior adjusted his spectacles. He declared, has stumbled. How does time stumble? Asked the knight. Carelessly, said the gardener, like a child chasing butterflies. The queen closed her eyes. The floating crown shimmered. Then we must help it stand again. Journey to the hour. Well, legends spoke of the hour well, a spiraling tower at the kingdom's edge where time was said to drink before flowing through the land. It had not been visited in centuries, partly because it occasionally vanished on Tuesdays. The queen and her council set out at dawn, or what they hoped was dawn. Along the way, they crossed a river flowing with silver fish that swam through air instead of water. They passed a village where every resident wore masks of their own faces. They met a child who cast no shadow and claimed to be waiting to grow into it. With each mile, reality thinned like worn silk, the tower without doors. When they reached the hour well, they found a tall, spiraling structure of glass and stone. There was no door. How do we enter? Asked the knight. You don't, said Pelior. You remember. The queen stepped forward. She placed her hand upon the cool surface and remembered her childhood, a time before the floating crown, before rule and responsibility. She remembered laughter echoing through halls and the feeling of being small beneath the sky.